So we're going to take a look at this blog which generates over $2,000 per month. It's a food blog called Went Here, Ate This, and I've pulled out their income report for October 2019. So we're going to have a closer look at this. Before we dive into the incomes, let's take a look at the traffic. These guys received 63,000 page views in October, and that is a pretty good number for generating over $2,000. Compare that with YouTube AdSense, even assuming you have a CPM of say $2, which is the standard AdSense CPM on YouTube. Uh, that's still like $120. So this is really big in terms of income that it's generating, and it is really impressive for the number of viewers. Also remember that it is a niche blog. It is only and only about food, which is why they're able to do this. The more niche your blog or your YouTube channel, the more targeted your audience and the better chances you have at pitching to them. So let's take a look at their traffic distribution. 54% of it is organic, which is a healthy number. It means that their SEO is on point. They're getting new genuine traffic all the time, and that's great. 23% of it is social, most of which comes from Pinterest and a little bit from Facebook. 15% is direct traffic, referral traffic is 2%, and 6% comes from their email lists. So they have a good balance here. 50%, 54% is organic, and 50% comes through their own networks, through their social media channels, and through their email lists. So they are utilizing their existing networks very well. Uh, Plus, they're getting good new traffic. That's a great mix to have because they're going full on. I'm sure they have more ways to expand on their traffic, but even this as a balance for new traffic versus existing traffic, this is a really good model to follow, this blog. So let's look at the exact numbers here. On page advertising generated $2,138 in October for this blog for Went There, Ate This. That's actually a smart name as well. So they're using MediaWine. And if we do look at the page, everywhere you see advertisements. There's one right here, there's one at the right, another one in the blog post, and we also have this one major advertisement down here at the bottom. So the website is obviously advertisement heavy. I do not always recommend going this heavy with your advertisements because it's a fine balance between advertisements and how clean your website is. For this blog with 63,000 viewers, it makes sense to have these many advertisements because it is also a major source of revenue for them, like $2,000, which probably is like 90% of their income is coming from the advertisements, 80 to 90%. So until they expand into other income sources, uh, it would be good for them to stick to their current strategy of advertising heavily. But at some point, they do want to go down with these advertisements because they aren't exactly um, friendly for the users. It's not a good experience to come across these many ads. Regardless, it's generating a substantial amount. There's $131 from Amazon affiliate, $5.8 from other affiliate marketing, and $235 from sponsored posts. So a major chunk out of $2,500, $2,100 is coming from advertising. That is a big amount. $400 is sponsored and affiliate marketing. So those are avenues that they can potentially expand upon, especially with affiliate marketing. With sponsored posts, it takes a lot more effort because you have to get the work done yourself. But affiliate marketing is a great way to build up passive sources of income. So this blog might want to look into building upon their affiliate revenue, maybe look into food affiliate programs. So if you look at their expenses, it's a substantial amount, about $1,000 they're spending. And note that there's out of this $1,000 in expenses, $800 goes to virtual assistant services. And she's very clearly written, I have two Facebook VAs because I despise Facebook. So obviously, if you do not despise Facebook, you could do this yourself. Um, but she's still using two Facebook VAs, so it does seem like a substantial amount of work that she's putting in, or that needs to be put in here by the virtual assistants. Regardless, this work, if you're willing to do it, you could save $400 to $800 here. So this is a leeway she has now that this blog is generating $2,000, $2,500. The owner can afford to spend about $1,000 on these type of services. It really helps with easing out on the work and helping monetize the blog and focusing on the right things instead of worrying about content and about social media management and all of that. So I'll just show you the author here. It's Danielle, and um, that's why I've been referring to the author as she. I just wanted to make sure that I acknowledge that I've shown the author name as well. So this is a great example of a food blog. But what we also want to look at is how long Danielle has invested in this blog before it has actually started to generate $2,000, $2,500 actually. So let's open up the January income report because that should tell us something about when they started this blog, and it should also give us a good it should also give us a good picture of how much Danielle has increased her revenue or decreased since January. Now that we're in October, it's been about 10 months. So if you go down, let's also take a look at the page views. So the page views are 60,000, so it's very similar, and the revenue is $1,000, of which only 580 is from advertising. So my guess here is that the advertisements on this website at some point were not as spread out. Maybe she had only a few advertisements, but when she placed more advertisements, she noticed a rise in her revenue, and that's why she's going with that strategy. Now, she might want to go back to when there were lesser ads on this website. I don't even know if that's the case, but that's what it seems to be, that at this point she was generating $500 in ad revenue. It only I can only think the only thing um, the only conclusion that I can arrive to, looking at 60,000 viewers, 60,000 visitors to this blog. Where is it? Yeah, 60,407, but only $580 in revenue compared to the compared to the October report, which has, let's take a look, $2,100 in ad revenue. The only thing I can confer from this is that she was placing lesser ads at the time on her blog, because that is at least 4 times the money that she's making now. But as you can see, uh, it it's a pretty steady and stable blog because the viewership hasn't really grown from January 2019. It was 60,000 then, it's 63,000 now. But the income has risen a lot, and that tells you that your income is not always as directly proportional to the number of visitors you have as you may think. She has the same amount of visitors, but she's making almost double, more than double the income. So keep that in mind, that your monetization strategy when it comes to your blog is very important. It's not just about the visitors, it's about how you target them and what you offer them. I also want to look at if this says when she started her blog. Yes, it says I started when to ate this in October 2016. So she started in October 2016. That is a long time ago. And 3 years down the line, she is making $2,000. So it isn't easy. It takes time to figure out. This is the case with most blogs. But as you can see with the latest blog report, she's made over $2,500. Now I've showed you where she's getting money for her advertisements. She's basically tied up with Mediawine, and this can't be really hard to figure out. Once you have a blog, you go to mediawine.com and you sign up for the advertising program, and you should be able to monetize your blog as well. Um, Her Amazon and other affiliate links might just be placed somewhere in the blog. As far as her sponsored posts are concerned, she's probably using this About Me, Work With Me tab in particular to get the sponsored posts, the offers for the sponsored posts. And that is why I always recommend having a Work With Me page on your blog. You don't know who may show up on your blog and what offer you may get. So it's always wise to have a Work With Me page. So she's presented the stuff that she specializes in, and she's given her email as well, and that is very important. I would prefer having a contact form as that's more direct. Um, but even as long as you're giving some form of contact on your blog, on your Work With Me page, that is good enough. So I hope this little example of a blog helped you. This is the first food blog that we're actually reviewing, and hopefully this gives you some idea of what it takes to build a blog and what the various monetization strategies are. If you like the video, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe.